Hi guys, welcome back to another Star Wars figure review. It's been a while since I've done one of these now, and that's mainly because I've just been working full time recently since my last upload. But I finally found some time just to shoot some reviews right now, so I thought I'll just get some done now. We're going to be taking a look at a figure from Kenobi, the Kenobi line of the Black Series for this review. The first one in 2023 also, and if you haven't already guessed by the title, it's the Grand Inquisitor. Now before we look at him properly, we'll take a look at the packaging that this one comes in. Now as you can see, it's the Kenobi line, hence the little pale blue deco on the side there, along with the picture of the Grand Inquisitor on the side as part of the mural. And on the back there we do have the same old picture from before, with the Grand Inquisitor entitled there, along with the bio, so if you'd like to pause the video and read that, you can. So yeah, as I said, it's the basic Black Series we have now, with the themed one down there. So he's number 9 in the line of Black Series figures from Kenobi. We have had quite a few from this line come out. I haven't got all of them, but there are, so some of us just haven't been interested in. The prices have just been very, very all over the place at the moment, so there's some I've just figured to leave. But this one I had to get the minute I saw him unveiled and he was available for pre-order on Star Action Figures. I had to get him, and as you can see, it's a really good packaging then. It's a good figure, and as you know, the packaging is slowly being phased out, like looking like this, for they've now replaced it with a plastic-free packaging. There are some figures out now with the plastic-free packaging. It doesn't look too bad, I think. It's not the worst of packaging I've seen. I've seen things of it unboxed, and Hasbro are doing their good to keep it protected inside the packaging with the plastic-free, and I think it works up enough for me. I don't have any of the plastic-free yet, as I haven't really had thought of obtaining it. They've not really caught my eye to obtain the first one out, but I have got Commando Scorch from Republic Commando in the Gaming Greats on pre-order, so that one has the plastic-free packaging, and that one will come with the plastic-free. That might be the first one I give a plastic-free packaging review of. I don't know, I'll just have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, this packaging still looks good for the figure of the Grand Inquisitor, and that image just really captures his likeness from the show there, and just on the back too. And yeah, I've got to give the props to the packaging on this one. Very much a good packaging. So we start looking at the figure himself. So the figure is of course based off his appearance in the TV series Obi Wan Kenobi, but this isn't actually his first appearance on the screen. For he did appear in Rebels, season 1 of Rebels, in which he ultimately ended up being killed by Kanan Jarrus and Ezra Bridger in a duel with them. Of course, he did appear in the Clone Wars, albeit unfazed, like obviously not officially, as he does appear as one of the Temple Guards who escorts Barriss Offee away from the courts during the trial of Ahsoka Tano. But of course, in the following aftermath, he does sort of fall to the dark side, and he basically is the highest ranking of person within the Inquisitor squad. So he's sort of like a second to Darth Vader sort of thing on the Force users at this point. So, because of course he does appear in a lot of the comic books as well. So he's had quite a few good appearances so far, and Kenobi really brought him into live action, and they've done well enough. As you can see, the facial sculpt on there does capture good likeness towards his TV show version, in which he is portrayed by actor Rupert Friend. You've got a few of the little markings, the sort of the skin dimples that he has on the head. He has that. Look, the Utapauan characters do have that. Tion Maedon in Revenge of the Sith, when you see him. Of course, his are a lot less noticeable compared to Tion Maedon's, but they've done a good enough job, and they've even done his markings on there from what he has in the show too. Of course, his appearance in portrayal by Rupert Friend isn't, because Rupert Friend didn't actually voice him in Rebels. In Rebels, he was voiced by Jason Isaacs, who has had quite a filmography over the years, a few great films and TV shows that he's appeared in. I think most of you watching might recognise him from his role as Lucius Malfoy in Harry Potter, but he's had many other roles, including the 2003 Peter Pan film I know of, and he's also in the film The Death of Stalin, so there's a few good roles to take note of him for as well. Now, of course, this figure also does include the Grand Inquisitor's cape, which is, I believe it's sort of sealed onto the figure, and you can detach it, but it's quite an effort to get off, so I'm just going to be leaving it on. But they've given it a soft goods look, and it really does look great on the figure. It sort of hangs down the bottom, so you can sort of hook his lightsaber into the peg holes there. I will get to that later on in the video. And then the whole Inquisitor uniform that he has really adds to it. But they've got the good contrasting on the sides, so the black on one side and the sort of maroon look on the other, and just all the different Imperial Inquisitorious markings he has, proving of his status as an Inquisitor. And of course, he's not the first one to be in the Black Series line, so because we so far currently had from the Kenobi line, we had Reva, the third sister, and the fifth brother. And of course, previously back in the Gaming Greats lines back in 2019, we received Trilla Siduri, the second sister. So yeah, there's a few more, and there's another one from Kenobi coming soon as part of the Black Series lines. This is going to be a good one to see more. It's going to be good to see more of these come and join the collection. As I said, I've got, so far I do have Reva and I do have the fifth brother, but I don't have Trilla at the moment. I do hope Hasbro re-release her in the Gaming Greats line, because she was a good character in Jedi Fallen Order, and I'd love to obtain one of them, given that she was released in both the standard and carbonized. So we do get the Grand Inquisitor's lightsaber included with the figure. Of course, it has a sort of rotary hilt. If you've seen Rebels and Kenobi, it's sort of designed where the thing can spin by hand instead of, you know, twirling his hand like Magna Guard would in the prequel trilogy. So it's sort of like the Magna Guards over the Electro Staff in Revenge of the Sith, if you remember that. The Inquisitors can do that with a little feature on the lightsaber, so the lightsaber can just spin round and round. And unfortunately, Hasbro didn't make the lightsaber sort of doable like that. I mean, at the same time, I kind of think, okay, it's fair enough, because it would probably just end up hanging, spinning around. Like, part of me thinks they probably attempted that at first when they were sort of revealing the figure. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's not too much of a loss, and you can just move the hands the way you want. And plus, mostly, it's being displayed stationary anyway, so it's not too much of an issue to deal with in regards to the figure. It does some fantastic poses you can get the Grand Inquisitor in while he's holding the lightsaber there. I'll give everyone down the articulation. He's got a ball-jointed neck with a double point there. The butterfly joints in the shoulders, which are not restricted by the armour. For the shoulder armour can be lifted up to give full free movement. Ball-hinged elbows, ball-hinged wrists, ball-jointed torso, ball-hinged hips, swivel thighs, ball-hinged knees, and ball-joint rockers at the ankles. So some, as I said, fantastic poses you can get this guy into, and he just suits really well in either your Kenobi section or even in your Rebels section if you want to have him dueling Kanan and Ezra, if you've got them, like I do, because Ezra Bridger is literally just to my left there. It's just under where my finger is. So if I wanted to, I could have just displayed him on the Rebels shelf, but I have him as sort of I've sort of got like a Sith dark side thing going on in my cabinet. So I'm displaying him there along with the Emperor and a few other guards that I've got there. So this one is exclusively staying there, but there's the option that does lie there. So as I said, the lightsaber can be taken out from his hands. It is quite a hard job because of the pegs, but that does help hold it in place at times as well. So I'm just going to gently get it off. It might take me just a little while to do, just because I haven't had a good go at doing it myself. But yeah, this is going to take me a little while just to get it done correctly, and I'm fearing I'm going to snap it at this point. So I'd say just be careful with it. If you do have it, there you go, I've got it off. So yeah, it's still quite a struggle to get on and off, just because of the fact it'll get stuck. But I finally got it out from the hands there, so you can have him sort of stationary, standing without it. So like that moment, because of course in Kenobi, as we all know, Reva stabs the Grand Inquisitor and leaves him for dead, and is led to believe that he is dead at this point. Then of course he comes back and he towers over. I'm trying to angle it there just with the light in there, but he sort of towers over her like this and looks down, saying, when Vader sort of tells her her usefulness is ended as an Inquisitor, and then he sort of towers over her, sort of the way I'm sort of bending him back. He sort of towers over her like that, saying, we will leave you where we found you, in the gutter. So yeah, so just the blades are easy to take off the hilt of the lightsaber, so you get two separate ones there, and of course they do come there. So you just put them on the side, and then what you can do is clip the lightsaber into the back of the Grand Inquisitor, which I'm just dealing with now. Once you line up the holes, there you go. There you go, so they stand in there like that. That's kind of why the cape drops down a little bit, so you can have him stand as he is with his lightsaber here, and then he's he's a Grand Inquisitor. He's there to interrogate instead of fight. So you go, and as I said, you can make it single blade if you wanted to as well, because he does have it single blade a few times in the show. Because of course and in Rebels as well. Because of course we're introduced to him in Rebels in episode 1 of Rebels, actually, an uncut scene from episode 1 of Rebels, but then we do see him a bit later on. So we sort of meet him there, and then he lures Kanan and Ezra into a prison cell, which is revealed where Luminara Unduli was believed to be alive. It turns out she was actually taken into custody there, held there, then executed, but then used as a way to lure surviving Jedi out of hiding. And then this fella here would, take them out. So yeah, you can have the lightsaber single-bladed if you so wanted, and have it displayed like that. But I do think this is honestly the way Hasbro have been recently with reuse of figures, and earlier throughout last year, a lot of the figures just seem boring old reuse repaints. This was a nice fresh one to see, especially since we never really got him with the Rebels line, and we never had him before in the line of the Black Series. It was good to see Hasbro finally give him to us. There we go. And I do like that they've had a live action actor sculpt him over rather than the animated Rebels look. So yeah, I'd definitely say get this one up. This one if you want to have it, and it's up to you whether you want to display him, Rebels or Kenobi. There's definitely a good option you can have there. You can have him like an Imperial shelf if you've got like one of them going on. He's a good addition, especially with the Inquisitors that I do have so far, and the other ones I'll hope to get that'll come out in the future. So that'll be some good additions to have there. And I'll leave a link to Star Action Figures where you can buy the Grand Inquisitor below. So do check that out, and do drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to know when I've uploaded new content. And I'll see you in the next video.